Alright, what's going on, guys? We're on a new job here, and this is going to be a bit of a tricky one. We're doing like 25 piers, and I think 15 of them are going to be on a 45-degree slope on bedrock. So, should be fun. Layout's going to be a real pain. I'm trying to get used to the cat again after running the 245 for a while. But we got all our trees cut out. Now we're just clearing off the bedrock at the top here. The bottom, the bedrock just dives away, so it's gonna make things pretty interesting. So aside from a bunkie we're doing right there, come over here. If we come over here, we get to destroy all this to doing a little addition on the main cottage. And I think that's bedrock, right? That is bedrock right there.
We got our piers in for the addition, now we'll move over to the bunkie. So the customer had the building staked out, and before we started digging it up and cutting all the brush down, we put in a couple offsets, and we're laying out off those two offsets now. We're laying out the first side of the building here now.
Oh man.
And the most important thing when we're doing this is we get our building square, obviously. So we're going to put in a stake for our first corner, drill it into the bedrock, make sure it's level, so we have some good points to measure off of. We'll move to our second corner here now, We've got the tape measure held level up onto the 2x4, and then we have a level on the 2x4, which is the most accurate way I could come up with to measure out these corners. A surveyor definitely would have been handy for this job. Got the tape measure held level, we got our board level, and we'll draw a couple marks and do our cross corner.
Right there.
So our corner was just past the bedrock here on the dirt, but as you can see by the black looking dirt there, we have a bit of organics here. So we're gonna dig a bit more out and then lay out our corner again. Okay, so we finally got our cross corners in. I don't know if you can see this string line right here. We checked it back on itself and we are perfectly square. It's a bit of a tedious process. It's about noon here and it's pretty much taken me most of the day to lay this out. I was doing a couple other things as well, but you know, nothing to be embarrassed about if layout takes you a little longer. It's more important that it's right.
And I see more and more people that just won't lay anything out these days. They just rely on a surveyor because they don't want to be responsible.
And I just checked it back and forth multiple times, and eventually we're bang on with our square. Right now I'm clearing some dirt out of here so I can put in another offset. Because of the slope of the rock, I can't get a string line exactly where I need it. So we're just clearing out some dirt right here so we can put a stake there and catch this string line from that stake right there that you probably can't see. And then we'll start putting some tubes in. This is our highest point of rock right here, so this will be the shortest pier. We'll just make it 6 inches above the rock.
So hot.
And there's our first tube.
So since we're on the bedrock, we don't have to do a footing pad. Originally the drawing was calling for a 36-inch Bigfoot, I believe, with a 12-inch sonotube, but we're just pinning the sonotube right to the bedrock. And it would have been a little more time consuming if we had to pour pads and then put the tubes on top of those pads. Each sonotube is pinned about 6 inches into the bedrock with 3 pins where the rock is flat. And
got this row laid out. Next one going right here.
We always start from here, so it's so much and then so much, and so like each row. Oh, does that have sound? I shouldn't
What?
be dissing people.
I think I'll do 4 pins on these ones that are on this 45-degree slope just to be safe.
You're the engineer, yeah.
I'm the what? Engineer, yeah. No, I didn't pass that. We're back on site here again today, and we are starting to do the piers on the nasty 45-degree slope yesterday. Those were pretty much just the easy ones up top. We've got 8.5 inches that we've got to cut off the backside to make this fit level onto the rock. And then we've got to try and hold it there too. Just going around the tube here and marking 8 inches up from the rock all the way around. That'll give me a scribe line to cut this. Okay. All right. Let's see if we're close. So to hold the tube on the rock here, I got my center pin in here, which is pretty much bang on. So we're gonna measure 6 inches out and put in some rebar stakes. Pretty dang close right there. Well, I haven't been doing a very good job of recording this job here, but we backfilled some of the piers, or the 2 piers on that long side here, or steep side. And now we're just cleaning out down here. And we got the other pier stake right there. The beams run this way, so we're kind of working this way. And it makes sense just to work our way out. 13 feet elevation. Well, as you see, 3 o'clock now. We've got some more piers in. It's still a slow process though. We got 3 in this hole, all 2 feet apart. Seems excessive.
We got all of our piers backfilled that day and we were ready to pour concrete. But unfortunately, the concrete company couldn't give us a date on when they might be able to bring us concrete, so we just ended up mixing it by hand. Luckily, it wasn't very much concrete, only about 2 meters or so. Sean and Luke came out to give me a hand with pouring them, and we also added more rebar to the piers as we poured them.
That about wraps it up for the pier job. Doesn't look like that much, just a bunch of piers scattered all over the place. These ones almost look like they're in a row. But sorry I didn't film as much as I wanted to. I was always just so busy, go. And also working with someone else, it seems like I don't film as much. But before I started this job, I looked on YouTube to see if there was any similar construction videos to people doing this type of stuff. And I didn't really see anything, so I wanted to do more filming than what I did. But hopefully I gave enough detail and narration after the fact that you kind of get what went on here. So if you encounter the same type of stuff, then you could do it. It's really not too complicated. It's just time consuming and a bit of a pain when you've got 14 feet of elevation difference from the back to the front. Might not look like that, but that's what it was. 15 feet down to this corner. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.